And one of the most watched Senate races in the country is right here in Texas between incumbent Ted Cruz and Dallas Congressman Colin Allred.
That's right, Brennan. It's also one of the most expensive races in the country, which highlights just how competitive this race is, too. CBS19's Jesus Martinez will be live right now following this race throughout the night. Jesus, you've been following this race closely, speaking to both the candidates, especially as these candidates visited East Texas.
Yeah, Mariah, like you guys mentioned, this has been one of the most expensive races in the entire country. Both campaigns fundraising about $160 million already. Now, I'm in Gray County right now outside the Judson Community Center. And one thing that election officials here in this county want to make people aware of is do not go vote at the courthouse. The courthouse is not a polling location. There are signs outside right now telling voters, hey, just FYI, this is not a polling location, so they've actually had to turn people away and direct them to other polling centers like the one behind me here in Judson. And hey, check this out. Once people actually get in there, one of the items they'll be looking at in their ballots is that Senate race that we were just talking about. This is a highly contested race between Cruz and Allred, and both of them, like we just mentioned, making a handful of stops right here in East Texas as recent as a couple of weeks ago. Now, Allred was visiting oil workers in Crockett. Meanwhile, Cruz is in the middle of his campaign tours, visiting Nacogdoches and Tyler, and both tell us East Texas will play a vital role in their campaign.
So if you look around your community in East Texas and you see work happening working on your roads, on your bridges, it's likely that I helped make that happen, and that happened in spite of Ted Cruz. And I want East Texans to know that.
I would not have been reelected without the good men and women of East Texas. I spend a lot of time up here. I will continue to spend a lot of time up here. And in this election, look, I'm calling on the people of East Texas. You need to show up. You need to vote.
Now, Ted Cruz has been representing the state of Texas for a little over a decade now, first elected in 2013. And if elected this time around, this would be his third term. Now, if Allred wins, he would be the first Democrat to represent Texas in the U.S. Senate in 31 years. Now, the last time Ted Cruz's seat was up for election was back in 2018. That was against Cruz. Cruz won that race by about 51% of the votes. And guys, this time around, the polls are as tight, if not closer, for these two races, or for this race between these two candidates. Of course, this is a highly contested race across the country that not just us here in Texas, but the entire nation is watching.
All right, thanks, Jesus. We'll be following that closely for you all throughout the rest of the night.